Hello survivors, welcome to another Soulstone survivor video. Today we're going to be talking about multicast. We're going to speak about how multicast works with or and without the multicast rune, and also how it affects beams as well as auras. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about the auras. The way that multicast works with auras is just like any other skill. An aura has a base tick rate of 0.5 seconds, and that base tick rate, as far as I know, cannot be changed, and multicast will make it so that you multicast the aura around you. And then cooldown obviously reduces the cooldown between the duration and the actual cast frequency of the skill. So if the skill lasts for 4 seconds, and you've got a cooldown of 3 seconds, you will permanently have the aura up and running the entire time. And then multicast will just make that you spawn more than one circle around you, but you won't be able to see it because you've got that big circle around you. It just kind of double layers it. Now, the way that multicast works is there are a couple of things. The first things being that you have, we're going to use examples. So the first example is to look at ourselves having 200% multicast as a option, and then that's going to be without or with the rune, the multicast mastery rune. So at 200% multicast chance, you are guaranteed without the multicast mastery rune to have a guaranteed single multicast. So that means you will definitely multicast your spell at least one time. If you are using the rune, you are guaranteed to multicast twice at 200% multicast chance. Now what that means is that the rune is actually giving you a guaranteed double multicast, without the rune you guaranteed a single multicast. So the rune already is a double times stronger just having it, and that is really good and really strong to, you know, play with, especially when you want to do something that's using beam skills. So very cool, very fun to play with it and see beams do a lot of damage. So really cool. Now, every single multicast also has an expected multicast value. What I mean by that is, if we look at 200% multicast again as an example, if you are using the rune, the expected value of, or the expected multicast is actually 3.64. If you're looking at it without the rune, your expected multicast is 3.09. What multicast mastery does is it actually increases the multiplier of the chance to multicast skills by 0.1. It used to be a 0.2, but it moved up to 0.1. So the base multiplier is 0.4. Multicast mastery increases that multiplier to 0.5. And it did actually recently get nerfed from 0.6. When I mean recently, I mean within this year. So when I think it was when the new beginning patch Monkey King came out, they nerfed it to the 0.5. Now, what happens if you get 600% multicast? Well, that's quite a tricky one. Without the rune, you're looking at 2 guaranteed multicast procs, with the expected value being 4.389. If you have the rune, your expected value is 5.089 multicasts, but you're guaranteed at least 3 multicasts every single time you cast a spell. So you can definitely see a big difference between having the spell and not having a spell, and what it does for your character. So, you know, just keep that in mind when you are playing and you want to know what's happening with your character and the skills. It's really cool to play with, you know, multicast the right way using multicast mastery, if you have that option to obviously have multicast mastery in your builds. If not, the expected values still kind of get to a similar number. Like I said, 600%, you're only expected to lose about a 0.7 of a multicast using not using the rune versus using the rune. Now, how does multicast mastery actually affect beam skills? Let's get into that. Now, a beam skill has a base tick rate of 0.4 seconds. As we can see, if we hover over some of these beam skills, you can see we're going to be applying brittle every 0.4 seconds, dazed or exposed. So their base tick rate is 0.4 seconds. So that means they're going to hit the target twice every second, and so on and so forth. Now, what Multicast does for beams is it makes them tick more times per second. So instead of ticking once every 0.4 seconds, if you are multicasting at least once every single cast, you will be ticking twice every 0.4 seconds instead. So it's literally just more ticks every 0.4 seconds. What does cast frequency does? Cast frequency will lower the tick rate of the beams. So instead of at every 0.4 seconds, you're going to get that tick rate up to 0.2 or 0.15, which is the theoretical lowest limit you can get a cast frequency to. However, it will always round it off visually to 0.2 in the tooltip, but the lowest number is actually 0.15. So that's how it works on beams. Again, like I mentioned, auras work like a normal kind of skill does. And yeah, in the background, as you've been watching, we've actually got the ultimate beam build where we're using all the beam skills, including the rays of fire and ray of doom. And just look how beautiful that is with the regards to damage. So we'll finish this round off for you guys that are interested to see. And yeah, I hope you've learned something about multicast and how it works on beams and everything like that. Also, by the way, it works the same way with the aura, the spinning skills like Blade of Storms, as a Blade Storm, sorry, as well as Flurry. So it will work the exact same way. The only beam that works differently is Frost Beam, because it has a low cooldown. Frost Beam, although it has beam in the skill name, is technically not a beam skill. It isn't a tick rate skill. It's more like a standard, like, you know, like a swing skill. And therefore, multicast and cast frequency work exactly the same way for Frost Beam that they would for a swing skill, slam skill, and all the other skills. So the more you get, the more times the beam's just going to fire off in succession, like they would for normal skills. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new today about multicast and about a really cool little build on the Arcane Weaver. Let's just show you. So it's Shadow Mastery, Fire Mastery, Skill Mastery, Electric, Multicast, Synergetic, Divine Legacy, and Extended Magazine. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.